I have spent the last 2 months researching hundreds of faceless YouTube channels to find the 6 niches that can actually make you over $10,000 every single month. Now, there are a lot of channel ideas that can make you go viral, but most of them can't make you money, and even if they can, they take a long time before they become profitable. Take this channel for example. It made under $20,000 in the last year from 9 million views, putting their RPM or revenue per mil at about $2 per 1,000 views. Now compare that to this channel, which made over $30,000 in the past year from just 4 million views, putting their RPM at $7.5 per 1,000 views. Why exactly did this happen? The answer lies in the niche they've chosen. The first channel is in the pop culture celebrity gossip niche, where ad revenue is generally lower, while the second channel is in the self-help niche, which boasts of much higher RPMs. This just proves that choosing the right niche can make all the difference. And the 6 faceless niches that I'm going to share with you today will help you scale your revenue like the second channel. And don't worry, I am going to show you proof for all of it. We are going to start with niches that require the most effort and then work our way down to the easiest ones that still make $10,000 a month. Starting off with number 6, business documentaries. Now, if executed correctly, this niche won't just make you $10,000 a month, it could turn you into a YouTube millionaire. And I am not exaggerating. Magnates Media, a pioneer in this space, recently revealed his AdSense earnings for some of his videos, and the numbers are jaw-dropping. We are talking about a single video making what most creators don't even earn in an entire year. And there's a reason why these videos make so much money. Actually, 2 reasons. First, business documentaries overlap with 2 of the highest paying niches on YouTube, which are finance and make money online. So CPM is naturally very good. CPM is the cost per mil, or the cost that YouTube pays advertisers per 1,000 views. Secondly, these videos attract 3 types of viewers: aspiring entrepreneurs, people looking for ways to make money, and video editors who want to learn how to create slick, high-quality videos. All 3 of these audiences are ideal customers for financial courses, SaaS tools, and AI-powered software. Businesses in these industries spend huge amounts on YouTube ads and on sponsorships, and that money flows straight into the creator's pocket. So how do you tap into this niche? You basically create in-depth Netflix-style documentaries that break down how big companies were built, the challenges they faced, and the controversies that they have been through. And when I say in-depth, I mean it. You cannot just skim a Wikipedia page and call it a day. You need to read books, analyze financial reports, dig through old research papers, newspapers, interviews, and finally cross-check every fact. Because this is not just another YouTube video, it is a documentary. And that means 100% accuracy is non-negotiable. Now, most of these videos and most of these channels that create these videos are high effort from beginning to end. So your research takes time, then your scripting takes time, and then your editing also takes time. So if you've ever watched a Magnates Media documentary, you know how cinematic and polished the visuals are. And to achieve these kinds of results, you have to put in both effort and money to generate these quality of videos. So yes, the earning potential is massive, but the effort required is equally massive too. So be prepared to put in serious work if this is the niche you're going for. Now, if you're not interested in the business world, but you still want to make high quality documentary content, niche number 5 is where it's at, and that is creator analysis. Here, instead of analyzing businesses, you basically break down the rise and fall of YouTubers or influencers in general. You dive deep into their controversies, their scams, any and everything that they have been involved in. And the best part is that unlike business documentaries, these videos do not require months of research and editing. A prime example of this niche is Internet Anarchist. Now, launched in July of 2021, this channel has already crossed 1 million subscribers, and most of their videos get between 500,000 to 1 million views, proving just how much demand there is for this type of content. Just last month alone, they pulled in over 9 million views, earning close to $70,000. And since the creator economy is booming right now, new influencers rise and fall every single day. So this is a niche where you don't really run out of topics. Now, to blow up in this niche, you have to strike when the iron is hot. So if a creator's controversy is trending, you need to cover it before the hype dies down. So timing is everything. Now, if influencer drama is not your thing, you can move on to something that is more evergreen, which is niche number 4 on our list, basic financial education. Notice how I said basic. You're not diving into complex topics here like stocks or real estate. Instead, you focus on foundational financial knowledge. Things like how to invest in yourself, habits that keep people poor, mindset shifts to build wealth, and sacrifices needed to become wealthy. Now, as you can see, you don't need a finance degree to talk about these topics. This information is already out there in books, in blogs, in YouTube videos. You're simply presenting it in an engaging way. You're just giving it your own spin. Now, since this falls under the finance niche, the earnings per video are naturally high. Even with modest views, you'll make far more money than other niches. Plus, finance channels attract high-paying sponsorships, which makes it even easier to hit that $10,000 per month mark. Take Alux.com for example. In the last 28 days, they've pulled in over 2 million views and earned close to $18,000. Then there is Chris Invests. He got 200,000 views last month, but he still made close to $1,500 from it. And trust me, for that small number of views, the revenue is pretty decent. Now, if this channel pulls in more views, hitting the $10,000 per month mark becomes very, very easy. If you also take a closer look at his videos, you'll notice that he doesn't rely on complex visuals or high-end production. Instead, he uses simple whiteboard animations and makes it very clear upfront that this content isn't financial advice, just basic financial knowledge. And this gives you an insight into how easy it is for anybody to enter this niche. Now, if breaking down finances isn't your thing, don't worry, niche number 3 is just as lucrative and might be a better fit for you. We come to niche number 3, which is self-improvement. This niche shows up in almost every one of our videos, and there is very good reason for that. Unlike trends that come and go, self-improvement is a topic, is a category that never really fades. It is wired into human nature. We all want to grow, we want to evolve, we want to become the best versions of ourselves. And that's exactly why self-improvement channels always keep thriving. You have one new such channel coming up every couple of years. But beyond just being evergreen, this niche is also highly profitable. I told you, everything on this list can make you potentially $10,000 a month. The reason that I can say this with confidence is because I have a personal development self-help channel on YouTube. It's just 2 years old. I'm close to 500k subscribers, and I have made a lot of money through ad revenue, and not just ad revenue, actually, even sponsorships. Another example is Easy Actually, which is one of my favorite self-improvement channels. They have grown close to 1 million subscribers with just a couple of videos. That is insane growth, and they're making a lot of money on AdSense. If you want to get started right away, and if you want to fast track your journey in $10,000, I would recommend starting something in the stick figure animation space. You can take a look at all of these videos. Massive views, massive revenue, and that is not a coincidence because YouTube is pushing these videos heavily because, well, people keep clicking on them and watching them. Even brand new channels as a result are getting insane amount of views just because of how visually appealing this style of content is, and because it's very simply explained. Like I already mentioned, Easy Actually is a great example in this space. Then there is Productive Peter. He started in March of last year, has uploaded only 26 videos, and last month he got over 1 million views and earned close to $8,000 from it. Then there is The Blurb, who also started last year, and in the past 3 months they've gotten over 4 million views and earned close to $30,000, which averages at about $10,000 a month. And that is just AdSense revenue, like I mentioned. Self-improvement channels are very ripe for sponsorships, for branded content, which means you have additional income streams right out of the gate. Now, one other thing that might work in your favor in this field is that to create faceless channels in the self-improvement space, you don't need to spend a lot of time animating, you don't need to spend a lot of time editing your videos, all of that. Because with the latest V3 update at InVideo AI, you can actually create a lot of different animation styles within the InVideo editor itself. You just need to give it a text prompt, or you just need to feed it your script, and it will create a full-fledged video for you, complete with the media, which is generative AI, voiceover, which is your voice, music, titles, everything. It's the whole package. So it cuts down on a lot of work for you and makes it even easier for you to produce more content and therefore reach the $10,000 mark very, very quickly. Now we come to the top 2 niches on the list. On number 2, we have true horror stories. This is the easiest high revenue niche on this list, but there's a reason it's coming on number 2. You just need to tell real life horror stories with some eerie music, creepy images, and a haunting voiceover, something like this.
My name is Cadence. I work the closing shift at a small dive bar in the quieter part of my town. The place is right off the highway, but the parking lot also has a back entrance that's available to the general town. It's nothing fancy, just a dimly lit spot where the regulars know each other by name.
And you can see that these videos require little to no effort, yet they bring in insane revenue. Look at Chilling Scares. Last month, the channel pulled in 16 million views and made over $100,000. That is insane money. In the past year, they've gotten 174 million views and made close to $1 million. And this is not the only channel. Mr. Nightmare got over 13 million views in the past 28 days and made close to $100,000. So if you take a look at the videos from these channels, you'll notice that each video easily racks up between 500,000 to 1 million views. That alone proves just how much people love listening to horror stories. And no, you do not need to spend years making content to carve a name out in this space. Take a look at Mr. Night Scares. This channel was launched in June of 2023. In the past month alone, they pulled in over 400k views and earned close to $3,000. The best part about this niche is that you can easily find true horror stories. It doesn't have to come from your personal experience. It can be a story somebody told you. You can find these on Reddit, and that makes the process quite quick and effortless. Now, if you want rapid growth, powerful trick is to tell stories in the first person if you are making videos in this niche. Instead of just narrating events, frame them as if you personally experienced them. Because first person storytelling feels real, feels very personal, it's immersive, and it keeps viewers hooked till the end. So if you look at the top channels in this niche, the narrative is always first person. Now let's move on to the final and number one niche on the list, which is 3D animation. I am 100% sure that you have come across this channel called Zach D Films. These videos have completely taken over YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and viewers just can't get enough of them. Numbers prove it. In the last 28 days alone, Zach D Films has pulled in a mind-blowing 1 billion views. Yes, that's billion with a B. And that translates to an estimated earnings of close to $50,000. Now stretch that over 3 months and the numbers skyrocket. 5 billion views, bringing in close to $200,000 in ad revenue. After looking at these figures, even I feel tempted to launch a 3D animation channel. Because if done right, this niche does not just have the potential to make you $10,000 a month, it could potentially make you $100,000 a month, taking you well into the $1 million a year category. Now, most channels in this niche focus on short form content, and there's good reason for that. One, because 3D animation is a slightly more expensive to create. Even if you use a tool like InVideo AI and you use, generative AI to create your 3D animation, it will still be slightly more expensive than doing other types of edit. But I genuinely believe that there is massive potential in the long form space as well for this content. And the best part is that you can overlap this with any niche of your choice, right? So Zach D Film does these medical weird facts. You can do animal stories, you can do space facts or biological facts, anything that interests you, and then convert that to 3D animation, and that basically increases your potential of getting views and making a ton of money. So if you're thinking about jumping into this niche, the best approach that I can suggest is to start uploading short form videos every single week. You could upload one every weekday, so that's 5 short form videos in a week, and do this for the first 3 to 6 months. And you'll also notice that you don't have to make very long videos, right? 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and that's the golden ratio. So once you start doing this, and once you get to like a 3 to 6 month mark and your videos start racking up views and you start making some sort of revenue, you can then use that revenue to start making long form videos in this space. Begin by uploading 2 long form videos a month, and if they perform well, then scale up and just continue going in that direction, and you stand to make serious profits. Now, if you're wondering whether anybody besides Zach D Films can break into the space, let me show you the Outliners. They were launched in November of 2023. They're already on the verge of hitting 1 million subscribers, and they're making quite a lot of money. So instead of doubting whether any of these niches can actually make money, what you need to do is figure out where your interest lies and take action, because unless you take action, everything is just up in the air. That is how big businesses are built, by taking action. When companies see a gap in the market, they don't sit around and overthink. They launch a high quality product that fills that gap, and that is how they make massive profits. The same principle applies here. And those were the 6 niches that have the potential to make $10,000 a month, and some of them even $100,000 a month. So how do you decide which niche you're going to choose? Yes, money is a definite factor, but I'd also suggest pairing that with your interest or your natural talent. This way, you also make your channel sustainable instead of just trying to hit a revenue goal. But don't just stop there. If you want to make your Faceless channel truly profitable, you need to create multiple income streams that make you money on autopilot. We already mentioned sponsorships for a few of these niches, but those are not the only ways to make money, which is why I highly recommend that you check out this video next, where I show you exactly how to build a rich Faceless channel in 2025. So that by the end of the year, you're making well over $10,000 a month. And I'm going to see you guys very, very soon in the next one. Bye-bye.